The world's changing, boys.
It's time we change too.
This is my chance to prove myself.
We have a Spanish quiz.
You gotta get better at this part of the job.
I don't understand. I'm intimidated.
Oh, hey, guys. My friends are up there.
Hey, where are you going? What are you hiding, Peter? I'm just kidding, I don't care. Bye.
Spider-Man Homecoming. This is the third Spider-Man in what, 15, 20 years? I know people are starting to get a little Spider-Man fatigue. I was one of those people who couldn't, I liked the original Spider-Man, especially the first one. And Tobey Maguire did a great job. When Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man came out, I was fine with it. I really did like both Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and was kind of upset when the whole Sony thing happened, and I wanted to see Andrew Garfield's third film. But then we saw Tom Holland as Spider-Man in Civil War. He was amazing. He was one of the greatest parts about Civil War, even though he was in it for just a little bit. But I was still like, well, let's wait and see a Spider-Man movie before we, you know, are used to this new Spider-Man. And I can say 100%, this Spider-Man movie is freaking amazing. This is an awesome new take on Spider-Man. We don't get the same dull origin story that we've seen 2 times already. This is a completely new take. They change a lot of things with the comic books and the past movies. If that's going to get your panties all in a bunch, then you might get upset. For me, it was fine, the little things that they did change. This ties into the MCU perfectly. They started off with some great tie-ins. They finish with all kinds of cool little things that will tie it in. Iron Man is in here, but this is not an Iron Man movie like people thought from the trailers. They just used him more as marketing. He's really not in this movie a whole lot. The things they do in this movie are just, it's very a coming-of-age story. It's very low-key Spider-Man. If you're gonna be upset that, you know, Spider-Man's not facing a giant cloud in the sky or blue beams going up in the air and he's not saving the world, he's just a high school kid trying to get used to being Spider-Man. That's your basic story here. You do have Michael Keaton playing the villain Vulture, and he's really good. This is one of the better villains in the MCU, and really he's not even that much of a villain. He does one thing that makes him, you know, evil. Other than that, you really relate to Michael Keaton's character. He's a very relatable villain, and he does great. Tom Holland is fantastic in this movie. He plays Spidey just perfectly. The music in this movie, really good, but I gotta go ahead and point out, the comedy is spot on. This movie is hilarious. The jokes, almost every joke hit perfectly. There was like 1 or 2 where I was kind of like, okay, that was stupid. Everything else, I was just laughing from beginning to end. There are just jokes and jokes and jokes. If that's gonna bug you, I don't know what crazy planet you're living on. This is freaking Spider-Man. It was hilarious. The action scenes, while I said they're low-key, there are some amazing action scenes in this movie. There's like 3 main ones, but they're so good. My favorite was the middle action scene, not the boat one, but you'll know what I'm talking about. He has this crazy personal assistant in this movie. She's freaking hilarious. The love interest, his best friend is good in this. The love interest, you know, it works for what it is. There's a twist in this movie that I did not see coming. Neither did any of the people sitting next to me based on their reactions when it happens. That was awesome. I literally cannot think of a negative big enough to even talk about. I guess if you want to complain, like I said, that they changed some things, I guess you could do that. I guess you could complain because it's not as epic as the other Spider-Mans. For me, I kind of liked it more low-key. Yes, he's not saving the world in this one, but it's really cool how they did it. It reminded me kind of Ant-Man, but even more low-key than that. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real right now. this is my new favorite Spider-Man movie. Yeah, it stole it for me. It was better almost in every way than all the other previous Spider-Man movies. I loved this movie. You know how I loved it? Because as soon as I got out, I immediately wanted to see it again. This movie is freaking fantastic. I'm going to give Spider-Man Homecoming a 5 out of 5. If you like this video, click that like button. Comment below if you want to talk to me about anything. Click the Rainy Cage button to subscribe and keep up to date with all my videos. And I'll leave you with a few of my most recent videos and some of these sweet, sweet dance moves. This is Rainy Cage. Peace out.